Hi, so we're going to create a new drum beat in GarageBand. So what we have to do first is we're going to close out GarageBand, close out our work. And we're going to create a new project by pressing by opening up GarageBand again and pressing the plus sign in the upper part of the screen. Okay, so now we have options. We're going to scroll to the right, go past drummer, and we're going to go to drums. And the third option below, off to the right, is beat sequencer. We're going to select that. Okay, so now we have this opened up, and we're going to select a new drum kit. The drum kit that comes up automatically is Modern 808. We want a acoustic drum kit, so we're going to select a new drum kit by pressing on in the lower left part of the screen, Modern 808, and then off to the left, we're going to select the acoustic drum kits, and then you're going to swipe from the bottom and swipe up to get to the SoCal drum kit, S-O-C-A-L. You're going to select that drum kit because that is more realistic sounding than the other kits. Once you selected that, it's going to start playing this beat. So in the lower part of the screen in the center is a power button. If you hit that, that'll stop it from playing, and then we're going to start turning off the hits on each individual part of the drum kit. So if you look at that top row that is red, you're going to press on the lit up squares, and that's going to turn those off. And then you'll do that for the other parts of the drum kit. Now in the lower part of the screen there's an I. If you press on that, we're going to use that to get rid of the second part of the drum beat. So this drum beat is 2 measures long. We just eliminated all the sounds from the first measure, but there's a second measure of music. If you tap on the upper part of the screen, that'll bring up that second measure, and you could delete the individual beats in that second measure, or you can tap on the I, and then you can change the length from 32 steps to 16 steps. So if you press on that and select 16 steps, that just deletes that second measure. So now we just have the one measure, which is really all that we need. So the other thing is that we have this drum kit that has like a snare drum and a kick drum and a hand clap. There's a lot of drum kit parts that we don't necessarily need for what we're trying to do here. So we can actually delete those extra parts of the drum kit and then replace some of those things with what we actually need. So if you go to the left side of the screen, you can tap on those icons and bring up a little menu, and you can delete those individual parts of the drum kit. So we're going to start doing that for each section of the drum kit that we don't want. So now we have just the kick and the snare. Now we're going to press on the plus sign, and we're going to add the things that we do want. And what we want is the open hi-hat. So we're going to go ahead and add that. And now we're going to create our drum kit, or drum beat. So what we want is for the kick to be playing on beats 1 and 3, and the snare on beats 2 and 4. And then the hi-hat to be playing on eighth notes on 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So by pressing on each individual square, that will make that square light up, and it will play on those parts of the beat. So for the hi-hat, you're going to press on the first square, and then skip over the next square, and press on the third square, and then do that all the way across the row. So just alternating squares. Now for the kick drum, you're going to press on the very first square, and then go over and press on the squares as follows for the kick and the snare. Now if you go down to the bottom row and press on the power button, that will start playing the drum beat. Now you may not like the sound of the open hi-hat, so if you don't, if you press on the plus button, instead of using the open hi-hat, we can use the close hi-hat, which is a bit of a cleaner sound. And you'll do the same thing in terms of just every other square. And then if you press on the open hi-hat icon, that gives you the option to delete it. And now we have the same drum beat, but with the close hi-hat sound instead of the open hi-hat sound. Your choice, what you think sounds better. Now if we want to change the tempo, in the upper right part of the screen is the gear symbol. Press on that. That brings up the option to change the tempo. If you press on tempo, that will bring up a sub menu, and then you can change the tempo as you want. Let's bring it up to 100 beats per minute. And then press on the power button again and again, and that will cause the drum beat to start playing again, but just a little bit faster. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is how you create a drum beat using Garageband, and you can play along with this when you practice your scales instead of a metronome.